10,000 aircraft. Imagine looking up and seeing the sky completely black with planes. Wingtip to wingtip, stretching from horizon to horizon. The largest air armada ever assembled in human history. Now imagine one jet. Just one. Could it survive? This is the ultimate test of technology versus numbers. One F-22 Raptor, the most advanced fighter jet on Earth, versus 10,000 World War II aircraft, every fighter and bomber from every nation combined. Spitfires, Zeros, Messerschmitts, B-17s, Lancasters, P-51 Mustangs, all of them. It sounds like science fiction. It sounds impossible. But today we're going to answer this question using real physics, real mathematics, and real military tactics. And the answer is not what you think. Because this isn't about who wins. It's about how long the F-22 survives. And the number will shock you. Before we begin, we need to establish the rules. Because this scenario only works if we're fair to both sides. The battlefield. Location: open airspace over the ocean. No ground targets, no civilians. Airspace dimensions: 200 miles x 200 miles x 50,000 feet. Large enough for tactical maneuvering, but contained enough for a realistic battle. The F-22 Raptor. One aircraft, fully armed and fueled. 6 AIM-120 AMRAAM missiles, 100-mile range. 2 AIM-9X Sidewinder missiles, 22-mile range. 480 rounds of 20mm ammunition. Full fuel, 2 hours combat flight time. No resupply, no reinforcements, no retreat. The WW2 force, 10,000 aircraft total. Mixed force, 5,000 fighters, 5,000 bombers. Fighters, Spitfires, P-51s, Zeros, BF-109s, FW-190s. Bombers, B-17s, B-24s, Lancasters, Heinkels, Bettys. All fully armed with period-accurate weapons. Pilots have WW2 training and tactics. They know they're fighting one enemy aircraft. The objective for the F-22: survive as long as possible, inflict maximum casualties. For the WW2 force, shoot down the F-22, accept any losses necessary. This is a fight to the death. You might be wondering, why does this matter? It's just a thought experiment. But this question gets to the heart of modern military strategy. Throughout history, military leaders have debated, what's more important, superior technology or superior numbers? Historical examples: the Spartans at Thermopylae, 300 elite warriors versus 100,000 Persians. Result: the Spartans killed thousands but were eventually overwhelmed. The Winter War: Finland with outdated equipment versus the Soviet Union with massive armies. Result: Finland inflicted devastating casualties but ultimately lost territory. Technology is a force multiplier, but can it overcome 10,000 to 1 odds? Let's find out. First, let's understand just how massive the technology gap is. Speed: WW2 fighters, maximum speed 400 mph. WW2 bombers, maximum speed 300 mph. F-22 Raptor, maximum speed 1,500 mph. The F-22 is 3 to 4 times faster than anything it's facing. Weapons range: WW2 machine guns, effective range 300 yards. F-22 missiles range up to 100 miles. The F-22 can kill from 500 times further away. Situational awareness: WW2 pilots, vision only, maybe 10-mile visibility. F-22 radar tracks 100-plus targets at 125-plus miles simultaneously. The F-22 sees the entire battlefield. The WW2 pilots see only what's in front of them. The verdict: In a one-on-one fight, the F-22 wins 100 times out of 100. But this isn't one-on-one. This is 1 versus 10,000, and that changes everything. Let's do the math, because the numbers tell a brutal story. Missile capacity. The F-22 has 8 missiles total. Best case scenario, all 8 missiles hit, 8 kills. Remaining enemy aircraft, 9,992. Problem solved, not even close. Cannon ammunition. The F-22 has 480 rounds of 20mm ammunition. The cannon fires at 6,000 rounds per minute. That's 100 rounds per second. Total firing time, 4.8 seconds. But you don't fire continuously. You fire in bursts. Average burst, 50 rounds. Kills per burst against WW2 aircraft. Realistically, 1 to 2 planes. Total bursts available, 9 to 10 bursts. Optimistic kills with cannon, 15 to 20 aircraft. Total kills, 8 missiles plus 20 cannon kills equal 28 total kills maximum. Remaining enemy aircraft, 9,972. The F-22 has eliminated 0.28% of the enemy force. And now, it's out of ammunition. But wait, it gets worse. Let's talk about time. Fuel limitations. The F-22 has 2 hours of combat flight time with full afterburner usage. That's 120 minutes. To engage 10,000 aircraft, even if you could shoot down 1 every 30 seconds. 30 seconds, XX 10,000, equals 300,000 seconds, equals 83 hours. The F-22 runs out of fuel after 2 hours. Engagement time, but it's actually worse than that. Missile launch to impact, 30 to 60 seconds. Time to acquire next target. Lock, fire, 10 to 20 seconds. Gun kill, requires positioning. Pursuit, firing, 2 to 5 minutes per kill. Realistic time to kill 28 aircraft, 45-60 minutes minimum. Remaining fuel, 60-75 minutes. And the F-22 still faces 9,972 enemy aircraft. Now here's where the WW2 force has a devastating advantage. Swarming. Tactical mathematics. The F-22 can only shoot in one direction at a time. Even with 360-degree radar, the weapons only fire forward. Meanwhile, 10,000 aircraft can surround it completely. The sphere of death. Imagine a sphere around the F-22. At 1,000 feet distance, the surface area is roughly 12.5 million square feet. A WW2 fighter has a wingspan of about 35 feet. Theoretical maximum aircraft surrounding the F-22 at 1,000 feet, approximately 10,000 aircraft, which is exactly how many the WW2 force has. The statistical nightmare. Even if WW2 pilots have only 0.1% accuracy, 0.1% of 10,000 aircraft equals 10 aircraft shooting accurately at any given moment. The F-22 is fast, it's maneuverable, it's advanced, but it cannot dodge 10 aircraft shooting at it simultaneously from all directions. Probability of hit. If 10,000 aircraft each fire just one burst of 100 rounds, that's 1,000 bullets in the air. The F-22's cross-section, approximately 400 square feet. Even with evasive maneuvers, stealth and speed, probability of at least one hit, 99% plus. And one hit is all it takes. The terrifying conclusion. The F-22 isn't fighting 10,000 individual aircraft. It's fighting one massive distributed organism, and organisms that large they are almost impossible to kill. Let's run the simulation, minute by minute, and see how long the F-22 survives. Minute 0, battle. begins. The F-22 pilot sees his radar screen light up like a Christmas tree. 10,000 contacts, distance 80 miles, closing fast. The WW2 force is flying in massive waves. Wave 1, 2,000 fighters at 15,000 feet. Wave 2, 2,000 bombers at 10,000 feet. Wave 3, 2,000 fighters at 20,000 feet. Waves 4 to 5, reserve forces at distance. The F-22 pilot makes a decision. Strike hard, strike fast, create chaos. Minute 1 to 3, missile barrage. The F-22 launches all 6 AMRAAM missiles within 90 seconds. Target priority, lead bombers. Maximum psychological impact, 100 miles out. First missile launches, 90 miles out. Second missile launches, 80 miles out. All 6 missiles in the air. The WW2 pilots see white streaks appear from nowhere. Impact, 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 impact. 6 B-17 bombers explode in midair. 60 crew members dead instantly. The WW2 formations waver. Fear ripples through the ranks. But 9,094 aircraft continue forward. Minute 4 to 5, closing distance. The F-22 pilot engages afterburners. Speed, 1,200 mph. He climbs to 45,000 feet, above the ceiling of every WW2 aircraft. The WW2 force can't follow. Their engines can't breathe at that altitude. The F-22 has bought himself 60 seconds of safety. But only 60 seconds. Because fuel is burning, fast. Minute 5 to 8, Sidewinder strikes. The F-22 dives back into the formation at supersonic speed. Boom! Sonic boom rattles aircraft. Canopies crack. Pilots flinch. The pilot locks a Sidewinder onto a cluster of zeros. Heat-seeking missile. Perfect lock. Fire. The missile corkscrews through the formation and detonates in the middle of 4 zeros. All 4 aircraft destroyed by the explosion. Second Sidewinder. Same result. 3 more kills. Missile kills. 8 aircraft down. 7 more from shrapnel and collisions. Total casualties, 15 aircraft. Remaining enemies, 9,985. Minute 8:15, gun runs. Now comes the dangerous part, close-range combat. The F-22 pilot selects guns, 480 rounds remaining. He positions himself above a formation of Lancaster bombers. Dive, speed, 800 mph. Closure rate, impossible to track. Trigger squeeze, brrrt. The Vulcan cannon roars. 2-second burst. 200 rounds fired. 3 Lancaster bombers shredded. Wings torn off. Fuselages split open. Pull up, roll, dive again. Another burst. 2 Spitfires disintegrate. The F-22 makes 7 gun runs in 7 minutes. Each run, 2 to 3 kills. Total gun kills, 18 aircraft. Ammunition remaining, 30 rounds. Basically empty. The total kills so far, 41 aircraft destroyed. Time elapsed, 15 minutes. Fuel remaining, 1 hour, 45 minutes. Ammunition status effectively 0. The F-22 is now a $150 million target with no weapons. And this is where everything changes. Minute 15 to 20, evasion only. The WW2 commanders realize the F-22 has stopped shooting. They issue the order. All aircraft converge, surround it, box it in. The F-22 pilot is now purely defensive. No missiles, no bullets, just speed and maneuverability. He climbs to 50,000 feet, but the WW2 force follows as high as they can go. He dives to treetop level. Wait, there are no trees. This is over ocean. He performs barrel rolls, split S maneuvers, Immelman turns, every aerobatic trick in the book. But 959 aircraft are pursuing him. The net tightens. The WW2 pilots adopt a new strategy: saturation fire. Not aiming, just filling the sky with bullets. Thousands of machine guns firing simultaneously. The F-22 pilot sees tracer rounds everywhere. Red streaks filling his vision. Ping. First hit. A .50 caliber round strikes the tail. Damage minimal. The F-22's skin is thick. Ping, ping, 2 more hits. Still flying, still maneuvering. But the net is closing. Minute 20 to 25, critical damage. The F-22 pilot is pulling 9Gs. His vision tunnels. Blood drains from his head. He's exhausted. Human endurance has limits. Even the best pilot in the world can't maintain combat intensity for 20 minutes straight. Especially not while dodging 10,000 aircraft. The fatal mistake. At minute 23, the pilot makes a micro error. He exits a barrel roll half a second too slowly. A formation of P-51 Mustangs happens to be in exactly the wrong place. 20 .50 caliber machine guns fire simultaneously. Bird, thunk, 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 thunk. 4 rounds punch through the left engine. Critical damage. Master caution light. Engine fire warning. Hydraulic pressure dropping. The left engine is shredded. Turbine blades disintegrating. The F-22 can fly on one engine, but not in combat. Speed drops from 800 mph to 400 mph. Maneuverability cut in half. Minute 25 to 26, the swarm attacks. The WW2 pilots sense blood in the water. Hundreds of aircraft converge on the wounded F-22. The pilot tries to dive away, but he's too slow now. Machine gun fire from all directions. Thunk, 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 thunk. Cockpit glass cracks. Hydraulics fail. Flight controls sluggish. Minute 27. Ejection decision. The pilot has a choice: stay and fight with no weapons and a dying plane, or eject. He chooses to eject. At minute 27 and 30 seconds, he pulls the ejection handle. The canopy blows. The rocket seat fires. He's in the air. Parachute deploys. The F-22, pilotless, spirals into the ocean. The final score. Time survived. 27 minutes, 30 Jan. Total enemy kills, 41 aircraft. Enemy losses, GOIM 41%. Remaining enemy force, 959 aircraft. Result, tactical defeat, strategic annihilation. So what did we learn from this simulation? Lesson 1. Technology has limits. The F-22 is incredible. It destroyed 41 aircraft, a 41-to-1 kill ratio. In WW2 terms, that would make it the greatest ace of all time. But 41 kills don't matter when facing 10,000 enemies. Technology multiplies effectiveness, but it doesn't make you invincible. Lesson 2. Ammunition is finite. The F-22's Achilles heel. It could only carry 8 missiles and 480 rounds. Once that ammunition was expended, it became a very fast, very expensive glider. This is why modern militaries focus on logistics, not just technology. The fanciest weapon is useless if you can't reload it. Lesson 3. Human limits. The pilot endured 9G turns repeatedly for 27 minutes. That's superhuman endurance. But humans have limits: fatigue, tunnel vision, micro errors. In a 1v1 dogfight lasting 2 minutes, the F-22 pilot wins easily. In a 1v10,000 endurance battle lasting 30 minutes, Even the best pilot makes mistakes. This isn't just theoretical. History has shown us this pattern before. Example 1. Battle of Thermopylae, 480 BC. 300 Spartans plus 7,000 Greek allies versus 300,000 Persians. Technology gap. Spartan warriors were the special forces of their era. Result: Spartans killed 20,000 Persians but were eventually overwhelmed. Technology advantage. Impressive kills. Final result: total defeat. Example 2. Winter War, 1939 to 1940. Finland, 300,000 troops, outdated equipment. Soviet Union, 1,000 troops, superior numbers. Finland, kill ratio 5-to-1 in their favor. Result: Finland still lost territory. Superior tactics and skill inflicted massive casualties, but couldn't overcome numerical superiority. Example 3. German Tiger tanks, WW2. Tiger tank versus Sherman tank. The Tiger was superior in every way. Thicker, gun more powerful, range longer. But Germany built 1,000 Tigers. America built 49,000 Shermans. Even though one Tiger could destroy 5-6 Shermans, the Allies could afford to lose 6 Shermans. Germany could not afford to lose even one Tiger. Numbers 1. The pattern. Throughout history, quality beats quantity in individual battles. But quantity beats quality in prolonged wars. Because you can replace numbers, you can't replace time. But here's where it gets interesting. Modern warfare is changing this calculation. Modern force multipliers. Today's F-22 doesn't fight alone. It fights with AWACS radar planes providing 360-degree coverage, tanker aircraft for mid-air refueling, data links sharing information with dozens of friendly aircraft, satellite targeting and GPS precision. One F-22 today is actually coordinating with 50+ other assets. It's not 1 versus 10,000. It's one visible fighter, backed by an entire military network versus 10,000. The future, drones. And then there's the future, autonomous drones. What if instead of one manned F-22, you had 1,000 armed drones? Each drone, $5 million instead of $150 million. Each drone, expendable, no pilot to lose. Each drone can pull 20 Gs without killing a human. Suddenly you have technology and numbers. And that changes everything. The real answer. So could one F-22 beat 10,000 WW2 planes? No, not even close. Could 100 F-22s beat 10,000 W2 planes? Yes, easily. Overwhelming firepower. The lesson: don't send one of anything to fight 10,000 of anything, no matter how advanced you are. This thought experiment reveals something important about modern warfare. Military strategy today. The US military doesn't rely on having the single best weapon. It relies on having the best network of weapons. One F-22 is impressive, but one F-22 plus AWACS plus satellites plus electronic warfare plus friendly fighters plus mid-air refueling, that's unstoppable. Asymmetric warfare. This is why smaller nations can't just buy one advanced weapon and call it a day. Military power isn't about individual pieces, it's about the system. You need logistics, training, support infrastructure, replacement parts, ammunition stockpiles. A single advanced fighter is like a chess piece without a board. Powerful, but useless alone. But let's not forget the most important part: the pilot. Whether you're flying an F-22 or a Spitfire, there's a human being in that cockpit. And that human has courage, skill, the will to fight. The WW2 pilots in our simulation knew they faced something impossible. They saw their comrades explode from invisible missiles. They watched bullets bounce off an aircraft moving faster than sound. And they kept flying forward anyway. That's not stupidity. That's bravery. Technology wins battles, but courage wins wars. So the final answer: one F-22 versus 10,000 WW2 planes. The F-22 survives 27 minutes, kills 41 aircraft, then goes down fighting. It's not a victory, but it's one hell of a last stand. If you enjoyed this analysis, subscribe for more alternate history scenarios. Next video: what if Hitler captured a crashed F-22? Could Nazi engineers reverse engineer it? And here's a question for the comments. How would you change the scenario to give the F-22 a better chance? Different weapons loadout, different tactics. Let me know below. Thanks for watching, and remember, in war, technology matters, but numbers matter more.